Hey everybody, it's Teresa and welcome to my channel, The Test Effect. I've been sick for a few days and today I actually feel pretty good. So I just wanted to make a few videos. This video is going, sorry, I changed my clothes. I had an appointment earlier this morning and ran some errands, and things like that, and changed my clothes. So I threw my sweat clothes back on, so I apologize. But hey, what's up? This video is going to be about being a non-traditional student. I'm in my 30s, my late 30s, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes when you're older and you decide to go back to college, it can be a little bit intimidating. I was really nervous about returning to school. In late 2012, I decided, you know what? I need a change. I've been working in the mortgage industry now for about 10 years, going on 10 plus years. And the mortgage industry isn't a safe industry to be in. I was part of a layoff. And I'm working at a different company now, and I was never without a job. I actually found another job before before I was officially laid off. And so thankfully my paycheck never stopped. But that was the other reason why I wanted to go back to school, because my industry was just not a safe industry to be in. And I work in post-foreclosure, and we all know what's been going on with foreclosures over the last several years. So anyway, I decided to go back to school and to go into nursing. I went into college straight out of high school back in the mid-90s. And I got very homesick. I went away to college. I got very homesick, came back home. And over the years, I've taken a class here, taken a class there, but I never finished, So after seeing everything that was going on with the industry and not really being happy at the job, the company that I was at the time, I decided, what is it, that I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to work in the medical field. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go for it. So I started last January, which was January 2014. So I've officially been in school now for a year. I do go part-time. I'm taking the prerequisites for the nursing program at my school. And I do go part-time. I take 2 classes a semester. And it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm going part-time, and also because I had to brush up on my math skills. I wasn't in a developmental algebra class, but I was in the one right above the developmental. I always struggled in advanced math. I mean, as far as like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, that I never had an issue with. Once I started going into the, started going up into the higher maths, like algebra, geometry, and things like that, I struggled. I mean, I made it through, and when I graduated from high school, I graduated with honors, but it was a struggle in the math department for me. So, and then right out of high school, I tested for intermediate algebra when I was in college before. And I tested into intermediate algebra maybe about 10 years ago. I had to take a college placement test. I tested for intermediate algebra again. Well, this time when I tested right the line or the level right below intermediate algebra. So I wasn't in the developmental class, but I wasn't intermediate algebra. I ended up going into introduction to algebra, so, which was fine. I feel like it's a great base for me. This is my second time taking intermediate algebra because last semester my professor was just, how some people, he had a PhD in math, but how some people are very smart, they know what they're doing, but they're just not very good teachers. He used PowerPoint, he flew through everything, he rarely worked anything out on the board. And by the drop period, over half his class dropped out. I couldn't drop out because I am using financial aid, and if I dropped to one class, I would have been forced to pay for my other class, and I couldn't do it. So I had to try to stick it out. Ended up not passing his class, and so now I'm in it again. It's only 2 weeks in, and I already feel so much better about this class. The teacher that I have now, he's wonderful. He works problems out on the board. What? You know, and he explains things so much better than the other guy. Oh my gosh, I wish I had this guy last semester. But you live and you learn, and I feel much better about going into this semester. But so yeah, right now I have a solid B average. My mom's like, you are not a B student, you should be making A's. I'm like, okay, Mom, you know, I am an older student. She's like, that's no excuse. I'm like, okay. She's like, you're not applying yourself as well as you should be. Yeah, my mom does not play. In fact, when I came back home after my first round going off to college, she was so angry with me. My mom, she's college educated, and she's always wanted the best for her kids, and she always wanted us to continue education. So I think she was very disappointed in me when I came back home, and then she expected me to at least go to the community college until I was ready to go off to school again, and I didn't do that either. So I think I disappointed her. But now she's very, you know, she's happy I'm back in school. But yeah, she gets on me about not applying. But she said, you don't study as much as you should. And, you know, you do still procrastinate a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you're right about that. So this semester, I'm definitely going to apply myself more, take time out to study more and things like that. And hopefully I can pull out some A's, because I made B's all across the board, with the exception of that doggone intermediate algebra class. That's why I'm taking it over. But so yeah, I mean, initially when I started, it was a little intimidating. I mean, you're in class, you're one of the oldest people in the class besides you and the teacher. and a couple of classes that there were, you know, non-traditional older adults in the class, which was nice. One of my classes now, actually both classes I'm in right now, general psych and intermediate algebra, I'm the oldest student in the class. So, you know, but after a while, it's just like, look, I can't worry about being the oldest person in this class. All I have to do is come in this classroom, learn, get my work done, and do well on the test. And really, after probably the first semester, I honestly didn't worry about being the oldest person in the class anymore. I mean, it didn't intimidate me. I mean, it feels weird, but it's not intimidating. So that's good. And so if you're an older student and, you know, you feel a little intimidated, or, you know, don't worry about that, because ultimately it's about, what are you making on your homework? What are you making on your papers? What are you making on your tests? Nobody cares about your age, so don't worry about it. You'll get over it. So yeah, so that's just a little quick. Oh, I'm kind of reaching into 9 minutes. I didn't mean to go on that long, but I just wanted to come on and let you know why I decided to go back to school and what I'm going to school for. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything like that, please leave them in the comments area below. Thanks so much for watching. Please rate and subscribe as well. And I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye, y'all.